Okay, we are looking at the GFS. Holy 10 millibar drop, by the way. Doesn't even looks like it strengthens that much. 99 to a 989 low. This is what we need to watch. And we have a 1013 low up there. I don't think it's gonna do much though. It looks like you have a turn north, and it looks like it's caught up, and then it just heads toward the Lesser Antilles. And you have something in the Gulf right here, but I'll pay attention to that in a second. First, I need to look at this, the height anomaly. So where even is the storm? I need to go back a little bit. It's like right here. It looks like it's kind of like blocking. That's kind of forcing it. So this is the look on the tropics. Let's go back to our wind. So that low is just gonna die out, and then you have a system in the Gulf that tries to get going, but it dies. It's a short-lived system. It's probably GFS throwing something random out there. It puts a 1004 low around tropical storm. It just throws it, and then it dies, probably due to wind shear. Let's look at the wind shear. Wind shear's not horrible, but you have that right there over the Gulf. Wind shear's not bad, but you do have a high right here. So let's get a little bit of a closer zoom in on that. This isn't really something we need to watch, but this could happen. It's honestly worth going over. So, yeah, so you have your high pressure right there. I do not want to do that. Let's look at our wind. So it looks a lot rougher going like here, but it dies. Short-lived system. National Hurricane Center might highlight it if it actually stays, but it just could be the GFS throwing out some one-run phantom storm. But it's worth watching and going over though for at least a short portion of the video. Now let's get into our temperatures. And then we'll look at the Euro. 90s. Might get some 50s and 40s. Cooler day across Tennessee. In this little area right here. Lower 50s in Tennessee. Still 70s. Cooler for the southeast. Let's go back to a little bit more recent temperatures. So we're going to be hot. We're probably going to have multiple days in the hundreds in a row for some areas. So we're going to have heat all the way probably throughout 2 weeks from now is when the heat will be gone. Now let's look at the north central US. Wow, drop in the temperatures. We're finally seeing some 30s back on that map. 35. We're finally starting to see some 30s on that map. Very cool night. And then back into the 60s and 70s. Let's look at North America now. Let's see what we have going on in our fronts and all that. And then we'll look at our precip. So you have a really warm front. Looks like we'll come behind it and get into the US around September. So major cold front. Bringing 50s. Is that 50s all the way down to Arkansas? Or even 40s? No. That's still the afternoon. Still 60s and 70s though. We're really warm across Western Canada, sorry. Relatively hot. Very hot, actually. 70s all the way from the south to north of Canada. 80s, basically same thing. Then you have more heat. So yeah, let's now look at our precip. Severe storms tomorrow, the 13th, have a high pressure. Severe storms on the 15th likely. A little low going off there. Spotty storms in Georgia and North Carolina on the 17th. You have a high right here. High over the Great Lakes, low off the Virginia coast. Spotty storms on Tuesday the 18th. Possibly a severe weather outbreak for the 19th. More severe weather for the 20th. You can't catch a break in the US, like dang. Give a little low going off there, getting those storms. Spotty day for Georgia for the 22nd, northern Florida, South Carolina. 23rd, this. Can't catch a dang break. Like, what is this? Is that Lake Superior? Looks like most of that's in Lake Superior, but you have that little bit right there. So you have a little low that goes off. That's a tropical system that I was talking about. Stays relatively quiet. Then you get to the 27th, and then you have more storms. You have a low. And it's some dang snow. I haven't seen snow like that in months on the models. Let's look at that. So first round of snow, kind of nor'easter setup. Then you have your second round of snow. You have a high pressure right there. Like very cold actually. This is with that cold blast. See those temperatures like near or at freezing. Very far down the single digits. Let's look at our total snowfall. If I don't edit, you might get up to 1 foot of snow in some areas. So, oh, that's centimeters. Never mind. Sorry, I thought that was inches. How much even is like 18 centimeters to inches? It's like 7 inches of snow. Dang, it's crazy. So let's look at snow for North America. Snow here in Nunavut. We've got Alaska. Typical mountain snow right there, and Greenland getting us on some snow. That's the snow. Alright, let's look at the Euro. What's wrong with it? Wait, what's wrong with the 12Z? Why doesn't it have the, that's strange. That's what they go in pivotal. That's never happened. So we're gonna watch that system in the Gulf. Does it have that? Can I zoom in on the Gulf of Mexico? Or America or whatever? There, I think that's a better. There we go, we got a better view. You have high pressure right there. The Euro doesn't really want anything forming in this area. So I thought I was going to stay because you just continue to have a high. Let's look at our sea surface temperatures. I can just look right here. That's what I do on this tab. And then we'll look at Hawaii because I forgot to do that in the last video. Probably 29 to 30 degrees Celsius in much of the Gulf. Maybe areas peaking 31, so that's mid to upper 80s. Just a little quick preview. And then lower 80s all the way throughout the MDR, maybe a few 70s. But typical stuff. A little bit cooler than average in the Gulf, but because usually you'd see 31s or 32s this time of year, so yeah. Alright, so let's look at our invest here. I need to refresh this because I'm pretty sure it updated. So let's look at our tracks here. So it's basically going to go into the Caribbean. One makes it to the Dominican, but all of them just go into here. Very rare scenario, but it could get into the Gulf and strengthen. But you do have a high there, so I doubt that. But it's always a possibility. I'm probably not going to pay attention to that because there's like a less than 0.1% chance that actually happens. So here's our other 92 invest. It'll just curve up. So it's basically going to be harmless. It'll probably bring some much needed rain. May have some flooding, but still. So let's look at first we look at the National Hurricane Center. This is as of 1:50. We have our 7:39 update. We have our crystal. Let's look at that. I don't think we need to pay attention to this, but here's the tracks. 80% right here. Invest 92. It's now Invest 94. So I think, can we check that now? There we can. Yes, we can check that. That's really good. We can check the invest. I'm confused. This is one member. It only goes out to like 84 hours, but it's only one member showing. You have a lot trying to get here and into the Lesser Antilles, and very few put it north. But most of them might put it kind of like right here and kind of just going this way. This is definitely something we need to watch for the U.S. East Coast. So we'll continue watching this over the next couple days, and I'll try and provide daily updates around 8 or around 9 p.m. EST. Do we have a 0Z yet? No, we don't. Those are GEFS right there. Let's look at our EPS. They can't really see it, but still they kind of, you kind of see right there, they could curve out the C right here. We also have like majority of these like kind of like going this way as well. And some try to get the hurricane status as well. So this is like 100, almost a week out. Let's look at this. This puts it, and we have most putting it like tropical storm. So most are putting it between 50 and 65 knots. And that's like 57 to like 74 miles an hour or something. So very close to hurricane. No, 74, so I think it's closer to like 72. But here's our Invest 94. It's already developing, so we'll get a better view on the no. Let's see if we can find more on Invest 94L. Spaghetti mouse. Here we can try and find some. You need to type in the year, because multiple years have Invest 94, of course. Future appropriate. Oh my gosh, why did I just say appropriate? Like, what? Holy misspeak. Like, dang. What is this? And that's Invest 92, never mind. That's what we looked at earlier. Let's invest, So future approaches toward the Bahamas or U.S. East Coast. Too early, but this is something to watch for the U.S. East Coast. Why am I messing up my speech? I'm trying to get some stuff out. Just, come on. That was a Melda last year, Invest 94. Why is it like Invest 94 is like all the ones that get close to the Southeast U.S.? Like, what is up with that? Why is Invest 94 like all the other ones that like try to get close? Like, what's the dang big deal? Freak. Give me a second, chat. I need to plug this thing up. Bear with me. Okay, let's continue. So most of these show 2025. This is Bertha, I think. Invest 91. This is... Invest 94 was Milton? No, Milton was after. Still. I don't think we have much info. I'm pretty sure we'll have more info in the morning on Invest 94. So, yeah. This is kind of what we have here. We haven't even looked at our ensemble spaghetti yet. Alright, so let's go back to about 90. Let's check out our Euro AI. A lot of members. This is our 12Z, never mind. 18Z has it for the north. There's still lots of members highlighting it. Let's go out to about a week. I think that's 186. Never mind. A week has it here. So most of them put it out to sea, but some do have a little curve that can get close. You see, like, these right here is what we need to pay attention to. This is, like I said, this is definitely something to watch, because you have multiple greens and yellows getting close to the U.S. East Coast. You know, uncomfortably close for some of them. One going to the Keys, but I doubt that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and go out to, like, let's go to 300. I don't want to go like any more than like 13 days, or 12 and a half days. We can see that some. Because let's check the 12Z. This is definitely about the same. I mean, 12Z may have had a little bit more members, but they also like shifted out as well. Let's look at our 06Z. 06Z really didn't have much. But our 18Z is kind of like our 12Z though, so definitely trended. And this one just re-strengthens in the Gulf and just hits land. Alright, now let's check out our ECENS. Gotta go back to North Atlantic. We don't want to look at that. And then we'll cover Hawaii. So let's go to about 120 hours, and then we'll go to our 18Z. Keep forgetting that this one does not load the 18Z very early. So the GEF has 18Z right here. Let's compare this to the 12Z real fast. 12Z definitely had it further south. 18Z is showing more likely for... Sorry, my mom just came out. As I was saying, 18Z looks more trendy, but some do make a recurve and just still head west. So only a few actually put it out to sea. Let's compare this to our 12Z. 12Z didn't show as much compared to our 18Z. Has the idea of another tropical wave, but that doesn't really strengthen much. Low getting uncomfortably close, or at least heading, but then it makes that northward turn. So this is 10 days. This is just a so this is not official forecast. This is only like a little bit after 10 days, but this is as far as I can see right now. But some do try to get it really close to the southeast. Let's compare this to our 12Z. The models are definitely uptrended on this. They've definitely created more of a threat for the southeast. And then the National Hurricane Center has a 50% right there. So we'll come back at the end of the video and then we'll see how much more we get out of this. Now we gotta look at our Google DeepMind. Remember we gotta go back to like 90. Actually, let's do like 180 this time. We gotta zoom out. I hate when it does this. And go to our Google DeepMind. Now this model's kind of trash, cause look, you don't usually get that much changes. And compare the 06Z to the 00Z. 06Z kind of looks similar, but if you go all the way out and compare the 00Z to the 06Z, 06Z still shows it. 12Z like. No. Happens every single video. 18Z has closer to the US. Definitely creates some threats to the southeast though, Because you have some lows, some cat 2s or 3s possible, cat 4 with this hot pink possible as well, but there's just a few members that show this. Like, I don't think it could be bad, but it's just a possibility on what could happen. I don't think this is gonna happen, but I don't think we need to watch that because 12Z I do not think shows it. So something we don't need to watch, but if it shows consistency, then we will start to monitor the Golf. Because the GFS also puts a light system in there. Alright, let's see how much more of the GEFS we have. Okay, let's go back to like 300. Do we have the 360? I don't exactly remember, but I'll have it to 300. And I'll go to our 18Z. We have out to our 306 though. Maybe we can see one more. Still trends further toward it, so these might curve out though, but we don't know what could happen. Could have a Bermuda high here that'll drive it to the southeast. And this is a higher threat than what Invest 92 was originally supposed to be. So this is our models. This one has a landfall, probably has a strong tropical storm. So that's kind of it. Don't take any of this for a forecast. It just gives you an idea, and also watch my yesterday's forecast and compare it and see how much. And you will see how like trash the Google DeepMind, because yesterday's 18Z was like, oh my gosh, so mind-blowing. It had so many Cat 4 tracks, and some were even like getting so close to the US. And then you go to like the 12Z, and then it's gone. Like, all that's gone. Like, why does the Google DeepMind do this? Like, I don't like to trust those. I said I'll try to deliver the latest data, but GENC, honestly, kind of a trash model as well. Like, if you compare 12Z from like 06Z, like, what does this change? Like, why is it like on the original runs where it like does more worse? The GNC had a little breakup, but still. 12Z shows absolutely almost nothing except that, but that could happen. Then it has this, like, why so many more members compared to our 12Z? Like, come on, do better. Like, this model, just ignore it. I don't like to pay attention to this. Once it absolutely starts catching on the trends, then we're fine. This one has a little bit, no, never mind, that's 12Z, that's 12Z. Why am I looking at 12Z? So let's zoom in right here. There's a system like getting really close. Those might curve out though. But there's just an individual member. Hope you enjoyed the forecast, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. And I'll provide to you nightly updates. Bye.